Okay, FightHype.com here with the legendary Prince Naseem Hamed at the weigh-in for George Groves, Carl Froch. How are you today, Nas?
I'm all good in the hood. I'm all good. Don't be giving me no stutter rap right now, but come on, bring it.
Going forward into the fight, how do you see this second fight going?
Well, it's going to be a hard one, and a lot of people saying it's hard to pick, but for some reason I just had this feeling that George really wants this. And well, what he showed me in the last fight, in the early part of the fight, definitely putting him down and everything like that, showed me that he really wants to win this fight. And this one, he's going to be even more determined now. So, but I just think that Carl, with looking him at the weigh now, he looks in amazing shape.
Yeah.
And it's even harder to call it as the hours are going on before the fight. But I'm still sticking to my guns with George for a reason. And like I said, the reason is if he does what he needs to do in the early part of the fight, that's what he needs to dominate at the early stages of this fight, in the first 4 or 5 rounds. If he doesn't, there possibly may be a struggle. And the one thing that we have with Carl is the fact that if he boxes with his jab and boxes cleanly and throws straight shots instead of big silly daft hooks that don't hit nobody, that just perform wind all over the shop, I'm telling you that he's going to struggle winning this fight if he comes out swinging off balance like a bit of the first fight. So this fight, he's got to be a sharpshooter. He's got to come out throwing straight shots, and if he does, he may make it a little bit difficult for George. Yeah,
I mean, the first fight, controversial stoppage, but do you think that was down to Froch's pressure in terms of he got himself back in the fight, or was it George Groves' error that kind of allowed the fight to go that way?
What impressed me is George Groves said before the fight, look, I'm going to hit you with 2 right hands in the first round. He predicted what he was going to do. He told him what he was going to do. He told him how he was going to dominate, and he went out and he executed. He just couldn't ride the storm through the end to take the victory and take the crown. Will he do it this time? That's what we're here to see, and we're here to witness that.
Yeah. Do you think it was a fair stoppage in the first fight?
From where I was sat, it looked kind of fair to me because he was in the wrong direction when he did get hit. So, looking at it on TV, it did look a little bit fast. But what can I say? Now is now, and then was then. That's the past.
Yeah. If the fight goes into the later rounds, who do you think it favours in particular in this fight?
Well, through long delayed fights of victories, because of the experiences being on Carl's side, and he's been through a few world title fights, and he knows the game, and he is experienced enough in them kind of deep trenches, so you'd possibly have to favour Carl. But I've got a funny feeling about this fight, and I stick to my guns with George. I just think that he has possibly got more explosive shots and power in the early stages of this fight. If they both come out and they both box completely different to the way they did the first fight, and they make it very boring, and it's a nip and tuck fight where they're both trying to pick each other off, then you don't know who's going to win it on points. Or who really does deserve to win it, because I want to see 2 guys go out there really trying with a bad intention, trying to knock each other out. That's where I'm at. That's how I was. That's what I do. I used to do.
I used to do, I mean, back in your day, you were one of the masters of the trash talking, the mind games before the fight. I mean, in this fight in particular, people are saying Froch just handled himself a little bit better than the first. I mean, how do you see the importance of these mind games going into the fight?
These so-called mind games and this so-called talk is a load of bull. Don't mean nothing. When the bell rings, that's when it's on. So I don't look at any of that. I don't think it plays any part of this fight. So it's just which man is going to outthink the next man. And for me, like I'm saying, I'm thinking possibly maybe George. I might be wrong. I got to cut you right there, my brother. Peace.